everyone, welcome back. I'm just on my way to do a speed session, so I thought I'd use that as an opportunity to create a little guide to speed and interval training. So I'll be talking about how to do it, where to do it, some ideas for some sessions that you can try, and some tips to help you along the way. So I hope you find it useful. So just before we get started, I just wanted to announce that I have launched YouTube channel memberships. So if you wanted to support the channel financially and help me grow and make more videos, then that would be amazing. And you can do that by clicking the join button here. Okay, onto the video. Basically, if you want to get fast at running, you need to practice running fast. So essentially in these speed sessions, you'll be running fast for a period of time and then recovering and then repeating that for a number of times. So these sessions not only make you fitter and faster, they also really help with improving your running form, because running fast, you just tend to run with a lot better form. It's also just really good mental prep, you know, like getting in an uncomfortable situation in training will really help when you are feeling uncomfortable in your race, for example. And they can actually be quite fun, contrary to what a lot of people say. Because you're running fast, ideally you want to run somewhere where you're not going to need to stop, or you're not going to be interrupted. So finding somewhere that's flat, traffic free, somewhere where you don't need to stop for road crossings or traffic lights. So that's why a lot of people go to an athletics track, because they're literally just running around in circles, they don't need to be interrupted. I know that's not really an option for everybody, so instead you can find a loop in your local park, or just some quiet country lanes, some quiet roads, just somewhere safe where you can run fast and not have to be interrupted by anything. So when should you be doing them and how often? So once a week is going to be fine for most people, and then in terms of where to fit them in your week, just make sure that you've got an easy day or a rest day the day before and the day after. So for most people, you might do your long run on a Sunday, have an easy day or a rest day on a Monday, and then by the time Tuesday or Wednesday rolls around, you're ready to pick up a bit of speed. So yeah, as long as you give yourself an easy day the day before and the day after, then you've got plenty of time to recover and be ready for some fast running. So before you start your session, make sure that you warm up. So because you're running fast, you're going to need to warm those muscles up before you get going. So I like to start with a 10-minute, just super easy jog, just to get the blood flowing, and then spend the next couple of minutes just doing some drills. And what I mean by drills is things like high knees, butt kicks, karaoke, some leg swings, some open and close the gate. Just some stuff to activate the muscles to make sure that you're ready for some fast running. And then after that, just a couple of strides. So maybe like 4 to 6 20-second bursts of fast running with a like 30 or 40-second recovery between each one. And then after that, you should be good to go. Hi, so I actually had to come home because it was way too dark and I didn't bring any lights with me to film in the park. So yeah, onto some session ideas for you. So all of these sessions are actually time-based, so all you need really is something to time your intervals. So just a watch, basic watch is fine, stopwatch, you don't need a fancy running watch for this. And then these will suit anyone, so whether you're training for a 5K or even an ultra, these are all good sessions to fit into your week. So the first one is just a super simple 6 by 3 minutes with a 2-minute walk recovery, a classic session, super simple. And we want those 3-minute reps to be around your 5 to 10K pace, and aiming to keep them all nice and consistent. If you're new to this kind of thing, maybe start with 4 by 3 minutes, then the next time you do it, do 5, and the next time do 6. So there's always going to be a way to adapt these sessions based on your ability. Just making sure before all of these sessions that you do your 10-minute warm up with drills at the beginning, then your session, and then we'll talk about cool down later on. So the next one is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with a 2-minute walk recovery. So with this one, the length of the intervals change. So we start off with a 5-minute interval, then a 2-minute recovery, then a 4-minute interval, 2-minute recovery, and so on. So with this one, I'd set out at like 10K pace or 10K effort, and then it's up to you. You can either try and keep that effort the same throughout, or you can increase the pace as the length of the interval decreases. So you get faster as the session goes on, or you can just kind of see how you're feeling on the day. It's up to you. If you're new to this kind of thing, maybe start with 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the next time you do it, add the 5 minutes at the start. So the next one is going to be 1, 1, 1, 10, 1, 1, 1 with 2 minutes between each one. So here we've got a mixture of different paces. So the 1 minute intervals are going to be like short and sharp and fast, and then the 10 minutes in the middle is going to be like a tempo block. So what I mean by tempo is something that you feel that you could hold for maybe an hour, or that like comfortably uncomfortable feeling, or like a 7 to 8 out of 10 in terms of effort. So you feel like you're working hard, but you're still in control. And then for the 1 minute reps, that's kind of like a 9 to 9.5 out of 10. So they're really nice and fast. And then between each one, you're taking a 2 minute walk recovery. So it's 1 minute fast, 2 minutes walk, 1 minute fast, 2 minutes walk, 1 minute fast, 2 minutes walk. And then you go into your tempo block, 2 minutes walk, and then you do the 3 by 1 minutes after that as well. I quite like that one because it teaches you to still run fast even when your legs are tired. So after your tempo block, you'll be getting a little bit tired, and then you have to pick up the pace again afterwards. So yeah, it's just really important to practice lots of different intensities, which is why I've put 2 different types of speeds in here. So if you're new to this, maybe just try reducing the amount of tempo that you're doing in the middle. So you could do 1, 1, 1, 8, 1, 1, 1, or maybe even just reduce the number of 1 minute intervals. So you could do 1, 1, 8, 1, 1. As I said, there's loads of different ways that you can adapt it for you. So the next one is going to be 3 by 8 minute tempo with a 2 minute jog recovery. So more tempo here because these are the types of intervals that help you run faster for longer. So it's really important that we include them. So if you're new to this, just reduce the length of the rep. So maybe do 3 by 6 minutes instead of 3 by 8 minutes. And you can always walk the recoveries instead of jog as well. And the final one I'm going to talk about is 10 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off. So this is a great one if you're pushed for time because it really doesn't take that long, or you could even incorporate it into one of your long runs at the weekend. So here we're essentially just alternating between 1 fast minute and then 1 slow minute. Just take care not to run those fast minutes too fast because you've only got 1 minute to recover. So something around 5k pace is going to be fine, and then just a recovery jog afterwards for 1 minute. If you're a beginner, maybe do 6 to start off with, and then the next time you do it, you can do 8, and then the next time you do it, you can do 10. Okay, back to the park. Now moving on just to a few little tips for you. So the first thing is just make sure, as with your warm-up, that you make some time for your cool down. Just the same as your warm-up, just like 10 minutes, super easy jogging, and that will just let your heart rate come down gradually, and then spend 5 minutes or so just stretching out the key muscle groups. So your quads, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes. And that will just make sure that you don't seize up and you're not too stiff the next day. The next one that I find to be quite useful sometimes is once you've decided on your workout, if you have a Garmin, you can program it into workouts on Garmin Connect, send that to your watch, and then when you come to do your session, it does everything for you. So it will tell you when you need to run, when you need to rest, and if you've got a particularly complicated session, then it just makes things a lot easier, or if you've got a lot of reps, like 10 reps, and that will count everything for you as well. So that's a good thing. Alternatively, you can just lap your watch manually, and that's usually what I tend to do, so I can see the pace for each particular interval, if that makes sense. So just clicking this button here on your watch, and then that will give you a time for your lap. And then linked to that, I would also turn off the auto lap function on your watch. So by default, it's normally set to 1 kilometer or 1 mile. So it will give you those splits whenever you go through them, if you're out on an easy run or whatever. So I would turn that off before you do your session, because if you're doing, say, a 10-minute rep and you normally run your miles at 6-minute pace, then you'll get a split for the mile and then one for the 4 minute, and you just want one for the 10 minutes. So turn off auto lap. Another thing that's quite good for actually finding places to go is if you use the Strava heat maps functionality, you can quite easily see where there's little loops around, because they're the bits that are really lit up where people have run round loads of times. So I'll just put a little example up on the screen. So you might not really, if you're in a new area, you might not really know where to go, but that's quite a good way to see some good places to run your intervals. And the final tip I would say is just to know that you don't have to completely rinse yourself in these sessions. Like, you don't have to be tasting blood. I normally just kind of say to myself, could I do 1 extra rep at this pace, or 2 extra reps? So you finish feeling that you could have given a little bit more if you had to. So you're running hard but still in control the whole time, and that will just give you so much more benefit anyway. You won't take as much time to recover, but also you'll enjoy it so much more as well. When I first started doing these, I would run them way too hard and then just dread the next session because it was just so miserable. So yeah, it really doesn't have to be as scary or as horrible as some people make out. So yeah, just remember that one. Okay, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you tried any of these sessions. Either tag me in your Strava entries or let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear how you got on. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything that I've said in this video, let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm hoping to do like a part 2 to this with some more session ideas, because there really is just like an endless list. So yeah, I hope to share more of those in the future. Become a channel member if you like, and I'll give you a shout out in the next video. And if you do, that would literally make my day. No one currently is, so you could be the first. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!